Okay, yes, the hair is gone, but today we have The Loop by Morrissey. And people have requested the song, actually, it being a B-side, and a lot of people saying that it's better than what the single, which was Sing Your Life. I'm intrigued as all hell now. And The Loop, I mean, a short title. We're going to get into this now. I don't think there's much else I need to say. Another B-side here. I'm intrigued, like I said, since people have talked about, this is so good for being a B-side, which seems to be a theme for Morrissey. But anyway, let's get into this one. Talk about it after. Let's go. Oh. Okay. A little bit of country. Rockabilly.
I just wanna say I haven't been away. I'm still right here where I always was. So one day, if you're bored, by all means call me, because you can do. Only if you want to.
Holy, okay. So The Loop from Morrissey Friday, of course. So I don't know. I laughed there near the end almost. I don't know why. I mean, it might look weird. But I guess it's just because of the music here. I wasn't expecting this. I mean, I kind of said at the start, but you might not have heard me over the music. It had a country kind of feel. It had a rockabilly feel, which I know Morrissey has dabbled in the rockabilly before. And this one, I mean, I don't know if this is the word, but it's just a galloping song. I know that's used for horses usually, but anyway, a galloping song. Just, relentless. I love, the continuous the rhythm of the drums, continuous thing that I think Andrew Parisi's on drums here. Again, I always love a good drummer. I've always loved Morrissey's drummers that he's had. And I think, hold the phone. Yeah, Andrew Parisi on drums. Anyway, I just wanted to get that right off the bat. But again, it's just it's so catchy and it's just so enigmatic as well. And I don't know, like I said, I was just kind of taken aback and I was just surprised by the music the whole time. And it doesn't happen often, where a Morrissey song where for me his voice isn't front and center, but here that's what I love. I mean, still his voice, I liked almost like he had a filter on it, almost like his voice had an echo. He almost kind of sounded far away for a minute, but anyway, so I still enjoyed his voice obviously here, and there wasn't too many lyrics, which was cool too. A long intro, and Morrissey was in and out, but anyway, the music though almost kind of overshadowed his voice for me in a good way. I mean, both things were still good, but the music was just very, like I said, just very catchy and just very all encompassing, just really surrounds you, especially when you have the headphones on and all that shit. But anyway, really enjoyed this. Again, as a B-side, this, I mean, I can imagine, just saying this now, I guess, in 2023, I guess, this, I can imagine this being, put as a single or whatever. If this was more known, because again, I had such a great beat, great rhythm, a great, I can just imagine, dancing to this. I mean, again, at like a hoedown or something, I mean, goddamn, I mean, I just really enjoyed that kind of, country influence, if I guess that's what you would call it, but to me that's what kind of sounded like, a country flair in a way, which I enjoy. I enjoy older country, which this kind of sounded like as well. Anyway, so I could just imagine people do-si-doing and all that stuff, to the song in like a bar or something. I don't know, but I just really enjoyed that. And again, with the lyrics, there's not too much here on that I could find on the song, because again, we're getting down to the minutia here, the Morrissey B-sides and songs that aren't as popular, so there's not always going to be a bunch of information. But I mean, just looking at the lyrics, if I could talk properly, when he says, I just want to say I haven't been away, I'm still right here, where I always was. So one day, if you're bored, by all means call, because you can do, but only if you want to. And then he kind of repeats that, but it does change up a little bit. I just want to say I haven't been away, I'm still right here, where I always was. So one day when you're bored, by all means call, because you can do, but you might not get through. So it seems like here, like I've talked about, I feel like I have enough. I've listened to enough Morrissey to kind of understand what he might be saying. After so many, reactions. I don't know how many reactions I've done now. I think it's close to 200 between the Smiths and Morrissey. But anyway, so I feel like, he's talking about, he's reaching out to somebody, but he doesn't want to seem like he's begging, I guess, for them to call. So he's saying, if all, by all means call, but then at the end there, when he says, you might not get through, but I would imagine you probably will if you do call. But he doesn't want to be the one to call, to reach out, because he kind of still wants to have the upper hand in a way, is what I think. Again, he does that whole thing again where it seems like Morrissey doesn't want to be the beggar, doesn't want to be the one where it seems like he's kind of hurting or whatever. He wants to seem kind of calm and cool and collected, when at the same time he's not really calm, cool, and collected, and he'd wish this person would call. But again, he doesn't want to reach out to that. I mean, and again, there's not too much else to say for the song other than that. I mean, because it's only, 2 verses, I guess you might say. I just like this a lot, with Morrissey. It seems like he likes to do this, where it's just like a song doesn't always have to have a chorus or a bunch of verses. It could just have 2, like I said, like 2 parts. And basically just one part repeated with, a change of the last couple lines. It's just like, and the song is still over 4 minutes long. And for good reason here, too, because of that galloping just music. Like I said, I can't get over that. It's so catchy. I can't get over that as well. Like I said, I was just surprised. I don't know why I was so surprised to hear that, because, again, I've heard Morrissey do some rockabilly stuff before, but this was just 100% rockabilly. But like I talked about, for a minute in the personnel, and only mentioned Andrew Parisi on drums. And I think that's how you say his last name. I looked it up, and, the last name I saw people say it like Parisi, because I did say Parisi. But either way, Andrew was very good here. Like I said, I always loved Andrew, as well as, his other drummers, like I say. But anyway, looking at the personnel here, because the way it's kind of worded here on what I am on, Passions Just Like Mine, it's kind of different. And it talks about, because again, the song credits, I guess, aren't easy to decipher for this song here. But it talks about Mark Nevin, I think it's Nevin or Nevin, my God. Anyway, play guitar here, Andrew on drums, Steve Hart on organ, Boz Borer was credited as on second guitar, and Johnny Bridgewood is credited on bass. Instead of Mark Bedford, who had the job on the Kill Uncle session. So I guess they're saying Johnny Bridgewood was here on bass. But either way, whoever was on these instruments, they all sounded such like a goddamn tight unit, and they just seemed like, they had the goal in mind to make this sound like as rockabilly as hell and have that country flair. I mean, if that's what Morrissey wanted, that's what he got, and I feel like, they gave 100% here. I can't get over that music. Again, just if this was just an instrumental, I would be, do-si-doing around my room or something. But anyway, really enjoyed that. And also one more thing here, looking here on the lyrics again, when he says, I just want to say I haven't been away, there's one annotation here on genius.com. There's no likes to it or anything, but it's a quote that Morrissey had from 2004, or not from 2004, but when he talked about his album from 2004, where, he had, You Are the Quarry, his first album since 97. And he talked about, I guess somebody asked him, is it funny when people say, this is a comeback for you? Is it laughable? And he said here, again, I guess, just to, it connects to when he's saying, I haven't been away. But anyway, he says, yes, it's laughable. It usually means that it is the person who is coming back, not me. Either coming back to listen once again to the music or allowing themselves to be open to it. I've been in and out of favor 9,000 times. That's a lot of times. Everything depends upon whichever way the wind blows. He sounds so poetic. Almost like a Bob Dylan. Anyway, needless to say, I've never deserted my post, so I haven't technically been away. And he also talks about in this interview, because I was just looking during the pause, talking about how he always has songs sloshing around in his brain, which I love his use of that word, just sloshing around in his brain. And I mean, yeah, that goes for a lot of, writers, songwriters, musicians, whatever. They always have ideas. I would imagine that you think of, even, I guess for a rapper, being Eminem, who's my favorite, one of my favorite artists, whatever, how he always writes down words on notes or verses on notes or whatever, rhymes on notes, freaking napkins, whatever. I mean, yeah, if you're a songwriter, you're always thinking, especially, you're always happy when you can think of things, you don't have freaking, writer's block or whatever. That's always a blessing. So I mean, yeah, Morrissey's always got something sloshing around in his head, and so talking about that, as a laughable when people say, it's a comeback, you've been away, it's just like, I guess he says it is, and I just love his quote there for that. So anyway, I like that was kind of just inserted into this, even though it doesn't really have anything to do with the song The Loop, really. But yeah, he's still around, but anyway, if you are out to seek him. But anyway, whatever that means. Thanks for watching, I guess I'll say. I mean, again, I was going to say a short song. It's a short lyrical song, but a 4-minute track that just is so jumpy, which I love, and kind of boosted me up, and I hope it boosted you up too. I mean, it's a rockin' tune, my God. Anyway, so thanks for watching, thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff again. Really appreciate all the support, and coming back for another Morrissey Friday, where again my hair is cut and it feels a lot better, I will say that much. And so anyway, have a good one wherever you are, and I'll see you guys again soon, and enjoy your goddamn weekend too. Why not? You deserve it.